Good morning. How's everyone doing? If you can, please rise. We're going to sing a very spirited, spirit-led, and spirit-fed with Andres on the drums. I am spirit-led, spirit-fed. Everywhere and always I am spirit-led. I am spirit-led, spirit-fed. Everywhere and always I am spirit-led. Flowing like a river of peace. I am nature's wandering child. Love cannot be added to me. I am made complete in the divine. I am spirit-led, spirit-fed. Everywhere and always I am spirit-led. I am spirit-led, spirit-fed. Everywhere and always I am spirit-led. There's magic in every day, like a beautiful song. And as we're choosing our way, there's a voice inside to guide us along. We are spirit-led, spirit-fed. Everywhere and always we are spirit-led. We are spirit-led, spirit-fed. Everywhere and always we are spirit-led. We are spirit-led, spirit-fed. Everywhere and always we are spirit-led. I am spirit-led, spirit-fed. Everywhere and always I am spirit-led. Everywhere and always I am spirit-led. Everywhere and always I am spirit-led.
Bravo!
Wonderful. Thank you, guys. Have a seat. Welcome to Unity Center of Peace this morning, and we want to say hello and a welcome to all of you watching the live stream, either on Facebook or YouTube. We're so glad to have you here. If you just kind of found us today, or if you've been here a million times, please just post a little hi, I'm here, just so that we know that we're all experiencing this together. And we're just going to have an experience together, an experience of expansion of our consciousness, of our energy. Woo! Woo! And I have with me this wonderful man, Waldo Mora.
Thank you, Reverend Victoria.
We're going to help create, and you're going to create with us, co-create a beautiful space where we can open to more love, more joy, more fulfillment than we've ever experienced. Sound good?
That's the way.
All right, let's do it. All right, let's begin with Oswaldo lighting the divine light candle, and let's just take a moment to breathe in that essence of that fire, that element of fire that is within us all. And I invite you to say our opening invocation together, which is on that buff sheet. Would you hold that up, please, Alex, so that everybody can see it? Yeah, the seat back in front of you. And take a look at that. That on there? Well, look who's sneaking in. Look who's sneaking in. All right, so let's just take a moment and breathe into our heart space. And together, there is only one presence and one power active in the universe and in my life. God, the good omnipotence. So it is.
Please let your cell phones meditate also. I surrender. I trust and I know. As I surrender, I fall into the arms of love. I surrender. I trust and I know as I surrender, I fall into the arms of love. I fall into the arms of love.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome. I'm going to invite you for 1 minute just to pay attention to my words. Because the meditation that we are about to practice, the journey, the time of journey that we're going to have, requires first your attention. I studied long ago about the 3 types of fear that every human being confronts in spiritual growth. The first one is the fear of embarrassment, shame, doing something different, something that is not traditional. Once we transcend that fear, we maybe have the feeling that we are alone because we are different. So then we confront the second fear, that is abandonment. Then I realized that I'm not alone. And my growth, my path is taking me to have this encounter with divinity. And here comes the third fear, that is the fear of surrender. What if the things that divinity has for me, I'm not comfortable with? What if things doesn't go my way? What if? So I'm going to invite you today to experience your power over any other fear so you can experience divinity in you. Now I invite you to close your eyes. And empower yourself. I invite you to put your attention in your left hand. Move your fingers. Feel how the energy moves through your arm. Breathe. And go straight to the center of your chest, your heart. This is the line of feelings. Your left hand, your left side. There is a straight relationship with feelings. Inhale, exhale. And observe all the type of feelings that you're experiencing right now. I recommend you to leave them alone for the moment. Remember that you have the power over your feelings. You have the power of dominion. Breathe. Let go your attention to the left side, and now we go to the right side, your right hand. This is the line of thoughts. Inhale, exhale, and feel how the energy goes from your hand, through your arm, straight to your heart. So your heart is the place where these two forces combine. That's why we pay attention to our heart, because that's a place where we can create balance. Inhale, exhale. This is the place where a marriage happens between feelings and thoughts. It's in your heart. Power of love comes from your heart. Inhale, exhale. Love. Inhale, exhale. Love. Om Dara Shargam. Inhale, exhale. And feel how you are able to expand your aura, your energy. Let it flow. Let it flow. Whatever reaction happens, let it flow. And observe that movement for the next couple of minutes. As we are not alone, now that you experience your presence sustained in love, I invite you to bring to your consciousness the ones that you love, the ones that are always present in your mind and heart. Share with them the certainty of love. Love gives us certainty. Love is the answer to all the questions. You can bring in, you can pronounce their names so they can pay attention to you. Karvuk Shargama. Irgumiak Nargaji. Ajel Harguniak Nargaji. Surgaiji Nyamoji. Inhale, exhale. Shurga, shurga. Feel your presence. Feel your divine presence. Your presence is divine. Your presence is an expression of divinity. And today we allow ourselves to experience that. Here we are, Sunday, February 13, experiencing our divinity at Unity Center of Peace. I welcome you. Aho. When you feel the time is right, yes. I invite you to open your eyes and see the faces around that you are sharing your presence. Beautiful faces that I haven't seen in a long time, I'm seeing right now. How are you? How you feel? You ready for more? Beautiful. So, starting this Sunday, you see that bags that we have over the piano? Into that bags we have prayers. So, I'm going to invite Joanne here to be part of this moment. So we're going to express our love and gratitude to meditations and the prayers in that box.
So these are requests that have been placed, written requests that have been placed here. And maybe some of you have requests that you're holding right now. Those of us who are gathered in this moment together, in this space or through space. So connecting into that heart and to that quality of divinity that we know and name as faith. We extend our prayer for these requests for balance, prosperity, for well-being. We hold them dear. We see them answered in time. And we bless those who have made the requests. And so it is.
And so it is. Thank you very much, Jan. So you have this in front of you. If maybe you need help as I need, to pronounce from our hearts our vision, our mission. Once you have ready, please join me, sharing our vision out loud, so we will remember each other. What is this about? We envision the divine light, awakening in all. Our mission. We center in peace and love. We connect in our hearts with others. We celebrate our journey toward wholeness, and we empower others to experience their spiritual magnificence. And so it is. So now we have beautiful music coming from dear friends. What's her name? Oh, yeah. You forgot.
Alex and Lila. Welcome.
Thank you. I have to say it's always a pleasure to be here sharing our music. I should say it's a heartwarming experience. And, and today we're going to do music of the heart, featuring Leland's Happy Drum.
More of that in a little bit. All right, good morning. Good to see you all here. Yeah, definitely some faces we haven't seen in a while. Nice to have you back. And good morning to all of you who are watching us online. Please have a little chat in the chat. Say who you are. Say hello. How are the book studies going for all of you? We're in the process of a book study. Yeah, you get into some good, juicy conversations. Get into some uncomfortable places. I hope so. That's how we grow, right? So I think I'll just do a really brief recap of the last 3 weeks, the last three principles of this book that we are looking at. Does anybody have a copy? I forgot to bring mine that can hold it up. Mary, I think you have a copy there, if you can twist your head around. This is the 5 Principles by Ellen Davenport. And we're taking a chapter a week. We're on week 4. The first week, the first principle stated that God is absolute good everywhere present. The second principle sort of added to that, which is because God is all that there is, we are individual expressions of that one infinite divine, that one absolute good. And then the third principle builds on that by saying that because we are expressions of this one infinite creative mind, that we're a continuation in the creative process. And our thoughts and our feelings and our vibration, our energy is creative. It tends to create our experience in life. So that brings us to principle 4, which builds on that. And this is that prayer and meditation are the tools that we use to experience our divinity and to live our full divine potential. So having tools, having tools is helpful in kind of making sense of some of these concepts can be really abstract. So we want to make it practical. We want to bring it into our lives and make it practical. Otherwise, it's just theory. So that's what this principle does, makes it practical. And actually, these are practices, these are tools that spiritual seekers have been using in different ways from many different faiths from, the beginning of time. Unity has a unique perspective on it, and it's one that I find makes the most sense. These wonderful tools. Now, it's interesting that Davenport doesn't talk about meditation much in this chapter. Her focus is mainly affirmative prayer. But because I am a long-time meditator, I've been meditating for over 35 years, I know firsthand the benefits of meditation. So we're going to be talking about meditation. Definitely. And we were just treated to this amazing, sort of a shamanic twist. Waldo gives us a little shamanic taste of his guided meditations. There's so many different ways to do it. We're going to talk a little bit about that. Meditation is really, I think, first and foremost, a way into the silence, a way for us to really ground in the silence and to experience the silence long enough so that we can experience who we truly are. So we can experience that divine presence that we are, that we experience that we are the presence, we are the love. It gives us the experience of being, of pure being. There are many other benefits of meditation. Hudson, if you would bring up that slide for the live streamers. And we'll just talk about some of the benefits, which, first of all, meditation helps us identify all of those crazy thoughts that are running through our head all day long. They're always there. It's just that when we're in the silence, we notice them, and we notice them big time. So some people call this the monkey mind. You've heard that before. I call it the puppy mind because, come on, how many people have raised a puppy? You know what that's like. They're over here getting into trouble. Then they're over here getting into trouble. And then they're chewing this up over here. And then they're peeing on the carpet over there. And then they're eating your food over here, right? They're all over the place. But you can train a puppy. This is the purpose. You can't live if you don't train that puppy. Well, the same thing with meditation is it trains the puppy mind. Sit, stay. So I think of it as the puppy mind. Another benefit of meditation is that it helps us identify the ego and discover what it's up to. It is also one of the best ways, I think, ever invented to relieve stress. It's a big way, big, beautiful way to relieve stress. And many physical benefits from that, right? It lowers our blood pressure, lowers the heart rate, lowers cortisol, which is the stress hormone. It's also been shown to lower cholesterol. It improves our memory, improves our creativity, improves just basic brain function. Having a meditation practice helps us to be less emotionally reactive. It helps us to be present, be more present. It helps us to open our heart so that we can experience more love, more compassion. Meditation helps us realize that this is something that, as Waldo was saying, we are not our thoughts. It helps us realize we are not our thoughts, we are not our feelings, we are not the ego. Meditation helps us realize our oneness. We experience our oneness. You know, we're piercing that veil of illusion, the illusion of separation, and we're experiencing oneness with a whole, oneness with Source. Charles Fillmore says about meditation, which he refers to as the silence, he says, the silence is a state of consciousness entered into for the purpose of putting each person in touch with the divine mind so that the soul may listen to the still small voice. So how many of you have a meditation practice? Or maybe you had a meditation practice at one time, and if you're watching on the live stream, please put into the chat if you have a meditation, or maybe you did at one point. Good, I'm glad to see so many hands up. Hang on a second, I just need to get a little water. There are so many ways to be supported in our meditation practice these days, right? There's literally an app for that. Lots of apps. I've been using one the last couple of years called Insight Timer. And you know what? You know that? Yeah. Uh-huh. And what it is, you can set a chime to go off at certain intervals. And when that chime goes off, I know for me, 50% of the time, you know, my puppy has been running out here chasing a ball out in the field somewhere. And it gives me an opportunity to go, come back to the breath, come back to the mantra, come back to the experience of peace, whatever it is. Helps me bring it back. There's one called Calm. I know that's being heavily promoted. You know, a lot of people have got that one. Mindfulness meditation is an app. Headspace is, I think they have like meditation classes in that one. So lots of different ways. Actually, Unity has been creating these beautiful meditation. It's like a video with a guided, you know, she's very soft and she gives affirmations, and it just really helps get you to the right place. So here's what I say about the guided meditation. A lot of people like guided meditations, is that you use that as a prelude. That gets you in the right space for meditating. But you do want to turn that off and be in the silence, because that's the benefit of being in the silence, right? You want to have that experience of the silence. Of course, you can always just go in a quiet room, close your eyes, begin to focus on your breath. It's simple. That's the thing. Meditation is simple. In fact, it's so simple that the ego wants to overcomplicate it. Oh, I gotta light my candle. Oh, you know, I need an altar. Oh, what do I need to put on my altar? Oh, I gotta get the right pillow. I gotta have the right app. I've gotta carve a lot of time in my calendar, and I don't have a lot of time. Right? So you see what the ego's up to. Doesn't really want us to meditate, because we'll discover what it's up to. You don't need any of it, just a willingness. That's all we need, is a willingness. You don't even have to carve out that much time. If you're just starting a meditation practice or restarting a meditation practice, 10 minutes. Everybody's got 10 minutes, right? That just 10 minutes a day can do a world of difference, make a world of difference. The thing is consistency, right? It's consistency. So whatever the time that you're doing, 10, 20, an hour, whatever it is that you've committed to do, find a time that works for you in your day and experiment with this. Like I know for me, I want to do it first thing in the morning. Well, of course, after my coffee. Let's be reasonable. Coffee first and meditation. But it just really sets the tone for the day. you know. Some people like to do it, what? The coffee does too. Yeah. Some people like to do it at the end of the day before they go to bed because it helps to relax so they can really fall asleep easily. Some people like to do it after they get home from work. You know, it's just a de-stress. So whatever works for you, you know, find the time that works for you and put it into your schedule and make it as routine as brushing your teeth. You know, you wouldn't think to not brush your teeth every day. At least I hope not. Hopefully twice a day. All right? So after a while, you'll feel like, I can't miss my meditation. I don't want to miss my meditation. So finding that routine, that schedule. As Fillmore suggested, meditation helps us cultivate a relationship with our inner wisdom. You know, helps us listen to that still small voice. Listen to that our inner divine spirit. So meditation is more of a listening, receptive kind of activity. And affirmative prayer is more active. That's where we take what we experienced in meditation, what we've gotten from, you know, divine wisdom, and we take it out into our lives. We call forth from the infinite, from infinite possibility, we call forth what we truly desire, what our heart desires. So one is listening, one is an activity for listening, the other is more speaking. And they work together hand in hand. You know, they're designed to work together. You don't want one without the other because it's kind of, you know, you're out of balance. So they work together. So let's talk about affirmative prayer now. And I know I've talked a lot here about affirmative prayer. Many of you have taken affirmative prayer classes. How many of you taken an affirmative prayer class? Yes. Again, online, if you've taken an affirmative prayer class, just hello. Yes, I have. So this is for you. It's going to be a little review. Maybe you'll hear something you'd never heard before. Maybe it'll re-engage your practice. But there's a lot of new people here. So I want to make sure we're on the same page. You know, we're speaking the same language. All right, so remember last week we talked about how the universe really doesn't hear our words, really doesn't respond to our words or our thoughts. The universe responds to our vibration. The universe responds to our vibration, but we are creatures of language. And so our words can help guide us, guide our vibration into those higher realms, what I like to call the vibrational field of love, into that vibrational field of love. This is where we begin to resonate with the realization of what we truly want. That's what the words, that's what the steps of affirmative prayer are set up to do, to take us into that vibrational, high vibration where we resonate with that. I like how Davenport points out in the book that the original Greek word logos, which is translated as word in the Bible, yes, it's word, but it's more than that. As she says, it connotes the creative power of thought. Logos connotes the creative power of thought, and even Webster defines it as divine wisdom manifest. It's divine wisdom manifest in the world. So that's when we approach affirmative prayer, this is the place we want to, you know, do it from. The word I'm speaking now, divine wisdom manifest. Right? Divine wisdom that I've connected with in meditation. That divine wisdom, the creative power of my thought, that's what I'm engaging in this moment. All right, so now I'm going to go over the steps of affirmative prayer, and it's my take on the Unity version of this. I have just a little spin on it. For instance, the first 3 steps of affirmative prayer, I feel, are more meditative. They're really kind of designed to get us in that energy, that vibrational, high vibrational state. So, first step, relaxation. We relax our physical body with the breath. Relax the physical body, we relax the mind chatter, we relax the to-do list, we relax our focus on the future, we relax into the present moment, relax into the heart center. We're also relaxing our attachment to the outer world of form and experience, the relative world, the temporary world of effect, because that's where the problem lives. We're going to leave that over there. And now, the second step is focus. I call it focus. I know Unity calls it concentration, but whenever I think of that word, it's like I feel a little tense. I got to concentrate. Focus is more just, I'm just focusing my attention in this direction. So now that we have released our attachment to the outer world of experience, we can move into a higher dimension, this higher realm, this dimension of the absolute, of infinite creative mind, of infinite spirit. And remember that we talked about this a couple weeks ago, we are an idea in the mind of the universe, God's idea of itself in expression. Right? So this is what we want to, I'm an idea in the mind of God. I'm God's idea. So that means that everything that is true of God, everything that's true of the universe is true of me. All of the qualities that are true of the universe are true of me. And this is where we begin to breathe into that and own it. And now the next step is contemplation meditation. It says right there in the step. So you're taking that idea a little deeper. You're letting it kind of sink into the core. And just feel the qualities. There's a quality behind anything you could desire to have or do or experience. There's a quality to it that is already yours. So if I'm desiring a higher paying job where I'm more fulfilled or something, where, you know, it's better for me, what's the quality behind that? Abundance, right? Abundance is a divine quality. Fulfillment and that experience of fulfillment, expressing my unique talents and gifts, that's a divine quality. Expansion, maybe, that's a divine quality. A desire to, if you're doing an affirmative prayer around having a loving, committed relationship, the quality behind that is love, right? Joy, maybe a sense of givingness, that's part of a relationship, that joy in giving, right? What else? A desire to manifest a home, you know, a nice, spacious home or something. You know, if you're doing affirmative prayer for that, what's the divine quality of that? Expansion. What else? Joy. Yeah, safety. That's, you know, a knowing that all is, you know, when you're in there, you have that experience of knowing that all is well, you know, an experience of love, certainly, you know. We love, you know, if it's something that we really want to be in, that love. So there's a divine quality behind everything that you could possibly, you know, say that you desire, heart's desire, right? So you want to unify with the quality. Breathe that in, the quality. Okay, I'm connecting with it. I know that it's mine right now. I'm accepting it in this moment. I'm accepting this quality. We want to drink it in, like we're swimming in a pool of limitless good. And just drink that in. All right, so the next step is, I wanted to say Devonport says in the book, we project ourselves into that place of pure positive energy and pray from a consciousness of God. We're praying from a consciousness of God. Remember, we left the problem over there a long time ago. We're praying from the consciousness of God. We're praying from the other side of the problem. So this is where we want to be. So the next step is realization. This is where you get to call forth the specific thing that you desire from, remember, that field of limitless good, of limitless potential. You're speaking your word, that creative power of thought, and calling it forth. And knowing, as we talked about a couple of weeks ago, that desire, to feel desire, well, desire is the starting point of all creation. But also knowing that desire is like the universe knocking at the door of your consciousness, saying, here, this is yours. Let it in. Accept it. Accept it. And so we want to accept it. We want to accept it on every level of our being. We want to accept that it is ours now. How many of you have been watching the Olympics? Yeah? I know it's a little controversial this year. I get it. I want to support the athletes. So there is one athlete, Eileen Goo. Have you seen her? G-U is her last name. And she is a American citizen. She grew up in San Francisco. Her mother's Chinese. And so every summer as she's growing up, she has been going to China, to Beijing, where her mother is from, and spending time there and spending time with young girls and encouraging them, empowering them to say, you can do this too. You can be an athlete. You can participate in winter sports. You know, you can do this. Take the limits off. You can do this. So this is her passion, is to empower young girls. The Chinese young girls. You know, you can do this too. And so she's decided to compete for China this year. So it's like she's kind of her own individual bridging the political divide there. Yes. Anyway, her sport, or the one that I saw, was called Big Air. And it's free skiing. I don't know if you've seen this, Big Air. It's like it's a huge slope, like this gigantic slide of snow, and in the middle of the down, it's like a downhill. The middle of it there is a ramp, and so the skiers go and they hit the ramp and it shoots them into the air, and that's where they do all their tricks. You know, all of the turns and twists and crazy, like, you know, with the skis, and they have to touch their skis, and it's just amazing. It's like, I can't believe you're doing that. And then they end backwards. You know, sometimes they take off backwards. It's just amazing. So anyway, she was standing at the top of the run, and you know how the cameras, they get in so close. It's like, give them some space. They're in real close. But they were close enough that I could see, even with her goggles on, she had her eyes closed, and she was doing movements like this. That's right. At first I thought, ooh, God, she's got tics or something, you know. But then I realized, yes, she's visualizing her run. She's doing it in her head. She's visualizing, you know, how she's going to take off, how she's going to twist. And just when I realized that was what was happening, the announcer said, oh, Eileen spends an hour a day visualizing her runs. An hour a day. And you know all good athletes do? They spend a long time doing the actual practice, but they spend a long time visualizing because they know the power of visualization. So this is what we want to do. This is where the space that we want to be in this step, realization. We're activating our power of imagination, activating our power of visualization. We're walking through the realization of our good, getting it in our body, just feeling it, seeing ourselves walking through, feeling our way into it. What does it look like? What am I doing? What am I experiencing? That power of visualization is so, it can't be overstated. The last step is gratitude. Gratitude, you know. And remember, you're not like, oh, thank you, God, for finally hearing my prayer. No, you're praying from a place of gratitude. That energy of gratitude. It's like, oh, I'm so grateful for the realization of who I truly am. The reawakening my consciousness that what I desire is already mine. I'm grateful that it is already here, already mine. I don't have to manipulate events. I don't have to make it happen. I don't have to wish or hope or even wait. I need only accept that it is mine. I'm so grateful for that realization. So that energy, allow that energy of gratitude to really carry you. The other part of this is release. So you want to release this, that you know, the word you just spoke, and you release it to the universe, right? You've done your part. You're releasing it. You're also releasing the attachment to the specific way you think it should show up in your life, you know. Leave a little space there for the universe to, you know, maybe it looks a little different, but this is the quality. Just allow that to happen. And so when you finish the affirmative prayer, you should be feeling joyful, excited. You know, that joyous anticipation. Remember I talked about that in December, like a kid at Christmas. Joyous anticipation. That's what you want to feel at the end of that. And then pay attention. Here's the other thing. Pay attention to the stuff that begins to show up, right? You're listening to divine guidance in meditation. You're listening. You're following it into action. You're going to start experiencing synchronicities. Things are going to show up. You're going to see, you know, things. It amazes me, though, how many people just don't even pay attention to that. They don't recognize it's like, don't you know that this synchronous event is the answer? It's part of it. It's starting to happen. We want to be grateful and recognize all of the small stuffs that is starting to happen that are coalescing around this heart's desire. All right, so these are the 2 steps that we've got. Meditation, 2 tools, meditation, affirmative prayer. You know, what we're doing here, we're engaging in this creative, playful activity that helps to realize that we are creative beings. And using these together with this sense of love and gratitude, that's how we live our full divine potential. Next week, we're going to be talking about the 5th step, how we take all this out into the world. It's a very important part of this, so don't miss that. All right, namaste.
New little thing here I'm experimenting with. Let's see what happens. Tasting. Thank you, Victoria. I'll be thinking about those things for a long time. You might say meditating on them. Practice? I have to visualize what I'm going to play right now. This is a song called More Than Words Can Say. I think probably if the guy didn't want to shorten it, he probably would have said, or she, I love you more than words can say. That's what it's inclined to. Another, on the theme of Song for the Heart. From the heart. More than words can say. Are you ready? Are you visualizing?
Amazing power of visualization. How are you, my community? How you feel? Are you ready for next step? Thank you, Reverend Victoria. Your message was clear. I was sitting there visualizing this moment, creating this moment. So I know that maybe you don't need a green card for immigration purpose, but I invite you to get yours in UCP. It gives you pleasure in your immigration journey, divine journey. You can be a conscious giving sustainer by going to our website and saying, I want to be part of that beautiful community, UCP. I want to be part of this growing wave that is taking us in the name of Spirit. Or if you don't want to be part of the green card program, you can be part of the check program as I am. My wife asked me, why you don't have your green card? And I say, I love numbers, and I don't want every week to give the same number. So I choose to make my own check, depending on the, numbers. Sometimes you have this, that. So I guess the person that gets the check that said, oh, here goes Waldo. Waldo now goes with, what will be the meaning of this number? So in this moment, I really invite you to be part of this, let's say, process of growing. We need your support. Not only money, your time, taking our classes, your suggestions, anything that helps you in the process of growing with us, and that will help us to offer you different stuff, different things, because that's what we are committed to. I am part of the board right now. We've been working these years in these pandemic times, and to tell you the truth, it hasn't been hard, because what we do is to do things connected in the name of love. Divinity is guiding us all the time. So that's why we are here, to tell you this space, to tell you about this space, about how we are growing in our souls, in our lives, being sustained by UCP. So I invite you to whatever method you choose to take this, to do this contribution, and hold it in your hands, and know that you are doing something practical that is helping you and helping us and helping others to receive these beautiful teachings, beautiful classes, beautiful messages that we offer here.
Are we going to do the divine love through me?
Yes, so we want to do, sometimes I get into it. I just want to see people be happy. That's so. Knowing that divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, all
that I
receive,
receive,
and all that I am. And so it is.
I'm happy, I'm joyful, I am fulfilled. I'm happy, I'm joyful, I am fulfilled. I'm aware of all my blessings, so much love I can't sit still. I'm happy, I'm joyful, I am fulfilled. I'm happy, I'm joyful, I am fulfilled. I'm happy, I'm joyful, I am fulfilled. I'm aware of all my blessings, so much good I can't sit still. I'm happy, I'm joyful, I am fulfilled. I'm happy, I'm joyful, I am fulfilled. I'm happy, I'm joyful, I am fulfilled. I'm aware of all my blessings, so much peace I can't sit still. I'm happy, I'm joyful, I am fulfilled.
Ooh, that was vibrant today. Yeah,
Told me to get
thank
that.
you all for participating in that, and thank you all for participating in this. And I would just ask that you feel that love that is moving through your heart and maybe out through your hands as we just bless all of these gifts, all of this love. This is love in expression. And we know that as love and expression, it goes forth and multiplies and returns to the giver, pressed down, multiplied, and running over. Thank you, Spirit. So it is. You. And so thank you all for being here, and we really appreciate you being in person and adding your energy. We're co-creating this experience together. And for those who might be here for the first time, if you would raise your hand, and one of the greeters will come by with a packet of information that has, yes, hi, good to see you, that has a purple card. If you'll fill that out on both sides and return it to Mary there's a free gift for you in that. And good to see those of you who haven't been here for a while. Wonderful. If you are joining us for the first time on the live stream, also sort of introduce yourself. Hey, I'm here for the first time and our wonderful greeter, Mel, will surround you with virtual love and share any information with you that you would like to have. Thank you for being here. And one more time, Alex and Leland.
Not just Alex and Leland. Chris and Andres. Yeah. As in Jewish tradition, you would say the whole mishpacha, the whole family here of music. We're going to do a reggae tune, and this is one that I'm going to sing, and there's a simple na-na-na call and response that you could all join me. And Waldo, if you can sing anytime, anything you want. It's fine with me. I'm going to start it instrumentally. We are going to start it instrumentally. Of Babylon, where he sat down, and there he wept when he remembered Zion. For the wicked carried us away captivity, require of us a song. How can we sing King Alpha's song in a strange land?
Na na.
So let the words of our mouth and the meditation of our hearts be acceptable in thy sight over us. So let the words of our mouth and the meditation of our hearts be acceptable in thy sight, over us. Thank you all. Thank you. Love to you all.
I remember I was a little boy when I was singing. At that time, I didn't speak English, so. Mom, what is that? I don't speak English either. I didn't know until now. So we have our Sunday announcements. Are you ready for those? Yes. Are you sure?
Yes.
Are you? Give us a like. I will get there when I have to announce about Facebook, but give us like in free advance, you know. We have for February 26th from 7:30 to 8:30 p.m. UCP here in Santorini. Hero's Journey. Coming home with Karen Novi, our dear Karen, is offering one woman show. It's a performance about a part storytelling and person performing. It's something that she's bringing us, you know. She's her contribution to our community. We love the presence of that woman here, so let's support her. If you need more information, just go to chapelhill.org/events and you will find more information about that. We have our 2022 annual members meeting. What about that? We're going to have a great time. So that's going to be February 27, 1 p.m. to 3:30 p.m. here. It's going to be a hybrid between Zoom and in person. I'd rather be here, you know, be here, seeing faces. If you are there, of course, it's good too. This is the time to find out where we've been, where we are focused now, and we have a lot to share, let me tell you. We've been working hard to do this vision possible, so we have a lot to share with you. It's also time to share your ideas and ask questions, whatever question you have, anything that is, you know, in your mind, in your heart to share, just bring it. This year we will also be voting in a new member of the Board of Trustees. So we want you here, please. And also we have our annual personal growth classes for spiritual explorers. It's going to be March 28th to April 1st via Zoom. Please go to the website of the church and find out about the information on the classes. We have self-awareness with the Reverend Nikki Golden. I love Nikki Golden. I took some classes with her. I took 18 classes, to tell you the truth. And we know Kit Golden and her capacity of teaching. Of course, also we want to have here our dearest Pat Binima. She's going to have the class Spiral Spirituality. And also we're going to have Practical Metaphysics, class number 3, with Reverend Paul Hasselback. We all know Paul Hasselback. We all love Paul Hasselback. So I recommend you, even if you are not pursuing to be a minister, I recommend you these classes because it helps in any perspective of life. And there is my sister saying yes, 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 of course, it helps. Yes, 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 take the class. For more details about these classes and register, go and register please at unitychapelhill.org/events. Fees for members and non-members is also the information there. Social media announcements, stay connected through the week in Facebook, like us and follow us on Instagram, like us on Facebook. Subscribe to everything that says UCP, we want you there. Right?
Yes.
Anything. UCP, I want UCP. UCP, UCP, UCP. Breathe UCP, eat UCP. Love UCP. You're never going to get tired of UCP, I promise you that. And of course we have, like every Sunday, we have our 3-minute miracle. Right after the service, our dear Joanne, that is here, support you in anything that you have, you know, your personal questions, your personal life, need some guidance. Joanne will be praying with you today. In what room is that? It's gonna be?
Straight at the back.
At the end to your side is going to be the room, and Joanne's going to help you there. And we have our outside deck, coffee and cookies. They are delicious. And now the weather is allowing to do so, right?
Well, we've got a heater too out there.
Oh, we have, we got a heater. We have a heater, yeah. We have a heater. You see, we're great. And after the meditation, I asked Joanne to come to the box in the piano. And this is something that we are putting here. That the prayer thing, as I said, is something that really sustains unity. And we are sustained by unity. So let's exercise the prayer by the writing and putting it in the box, practicing, meditating more of that, because as Reverend Victoria says, prayer is the point where we start our communication with divinity. If we don't communicate, if we don't express how we're going to connect with our results. So let's honor the presence now. That's it? Yeah, that's it. No more announcements. Thank you very much. So,
Should we stand?
yes, please, we're going to have the invocation. The prayer of protection. Thank you, Chris.
Which is on your sheet too.
Yeah, it's on your sheet. This is the one, looks like. It goes like this. The light of God surrounds us. I am the light of God. The love of God enfolds us. I am the love of God. The power of God protects us. I am the power of God. The presence of God watches over us. I am in the presence of God. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well.
Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be. With God as creator, family all are we. Let me be with my family in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every breath I take, let this be my joyful vow. To take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth.